Hello, and welcome to Godfather Minute. My name is Alex Robinson.
And I'm Andrew Robinson.
And together we make up the Godfather Brothers.
Wait, the Godfather Brothers or Godfather Minute Brothers?
Both?
I'm a little scared to identify as Godfather Brothers. That seems getting a little too involved in the family business.
How about the God Brothers?
I like that.
The God Brothers.
Yeah.
You don't hear about God Brother very much. All right, let's go with that.
So you can be like Hercules and I'll be Zeus?
Sure.
We're going to be the God Brothers, right?
Yeah, well, Hercules was just a demigod, but...
Oh, he was? Okay.
It's like if you threw me off for a second.
Okay.
I think his mother was a human. And his
that's right. He was
father
half and half, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is indeed a big occasion because today we are discussing Minute 100.
Dun, 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 dun,
Johnny!
Gentani, Mama! Papa!
So you're going to put a bunch of swelling music behind it, right?
Yeah, oh, gosh.
All right. Who would have guessed 100 episodes?
Can you believe we've been doing this for 100 consecutive weeks?
Well, yeah, in 2 weeks, it'll be 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. Isn't this longer than William Henry Harrison was president?
Oh, yeah. This is almost as long as like Kennedy was president.
Yeah. This is longer than what's his face? Than Andrew Jackson was sober. Actually, that was the wrong choice. I know they're probably more presidents are more known for alcoholism.
Back then, everyone used to drink alcohol because it wasn't safe to drink water. It had bugs and stuff in it.
Speaking of the founding fathers, this morning as I was gearing up to record this episode, I really wanted. It was a little late to do it, but I wanted to record knockoff founding fathers music.
As opposed to the real founding fathers music?
I guess like a knockoff Star Spangled Banner, English, I don't know what you call the English national anthem, the All You Need Is Love intro, like all that stuff.
Okay.
Like a dun 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 dun, just sort of combining them all together.
And make it into a patriotic, it's like 1776 or Hamilton.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
Just to commemorate the 100th episode.
Yeah, we totally should do that.
Yeah.
So I hope...
But I didn't do that, so I probably shouldn't have even brought it up, right?
I assumed you were going to put it in post-production. So I was about to say, wow, it sounds awesome.
You know, maybe I'll do it for the bicentennial.
That's a good idea.
It will. There are over 200 minutes, right? No, not in GF1.
Not in
Nope.
GF1.
I'm sorry.
So we'll have to be GF2?
Yeah. Probably I am pledging now that for the 100th episode of GF2, I will release my Star Spangled Banner knockoff.
Well, maybe, I was going to say maybe then you should do I don't know what happens in minute 100, but anyway, we should really talk about minute 100 of this movie first. But I like the direction you're going in.
One more thing about it, what should we call the Star Spangled Banner knockoff and for the Godfather Minute? What should it be called?
Oh boy.
Like a Sanka dripping banner. No,
a Sanka stained banner.
Or a Sanka and stripes.
Oh, there you go.
Like
stripes, orange stripes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and that'd be the Godfather's flag. It'd be like orange and white stripes.
What would the white be?
Well, maybe it'd be orange and green.
That white powder. Orange is for the death and white is for the white powder.
Yeah, and they would be white lines, alternating white and orange lines. The vertical, the white representing the lines of white powder, and the orange, the orange driplets of Sanka coming over the brim of the cup.
And then also, instead of a blue field of stars, it would be a brown field.
What do you mean?
Because that would represent the molasses that we used to smuggle with your father.
Right around the time that George Washington crossed the Delaware. in the canoes.
That's supposed to be your Hyman Roth?
Yeah, no.
It sounded like Cheech more than anything. Yeah, I was listening. Anyway, this is the 100th episode, so we should be whatever.
Come on,
I was listening to a song called "I Am Mo Green."
Really?
And it's written like from the point of view of Mo Green.
Oh,
and,
that's brilliant.
Talking about how, what a tough guy he is and stuff. But then the middle eight, it switches to like Mo Green calling Hyman Roth, being like, "You gotta help me, Mo. I'm in a jam, and like you gotta help me." Which I thought because Hyman says, "Oh, she's always a little headstrong."
Yeah.
So, but I just like the idea of them being kind of like Hyman's always having to clean up Mo Green's messes. He's like the Fredo of the Roth family.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a natural sitcom spinoff, Mo Green and Fredo in Vegas. Well, I think that's why Hyman gets so upset in GF2 when he's talking about Mo Green. It's not because Michael asked who ordered the hit or who ordered the hit.
Yeah, on him.
On him.
Yeah.
It's because Hyman Roth got a message from Mo Green. But he's like, "I'll call him back and I'll call him back on Monday." But Mo Green said, "I only have 24 hours. Michael leaves I can't do Mo Green. Michael leaves in the morning and he says, I got to make him an offer. I need your credit so I can buy him out."
Well, you choose really make me laugh. Well, anyway, enough talk about Mo Green, and we got to save those for later on in the movie. Let's talk about minute 100 of The Godfather.
Alex, a minuto.
A minuto.
Minuto.
This is like triple digits now. This is unprecedented.
This is it. Ready?
I'm ready.
A minuto.
A minuto.
Numero. 100.
Cento.
Cento.
Cenco.
No. 100.
Cenco.
Like Cento Alvoil.
Right. Cento.
That's why they named it Chenko.
Oh, because it's 100. They knew we get to a minute 100. Yeah. It was 100 years.
It'd be true if Chenko had lived.
Oh, yeah, Papa Chenko. Look what we got. Anyway, so a minute 100. We're in Sicily. You gonna play the little Sicilian background music while we Michael, Fabrizio, and Mikey, his two bodyguards, Fabrizio and Callo, are walking across Sicily to the village of Corleone. On the way, they pass some American GIs, and then suddenly, an enchanting local girl.
When he first started reading that description, it sounded like Michael Fabrizio. That was his name.
Michael Fabrizio Rizzi. Do you reject Satan?
I do. Well, my description is much shorter. Michael and his bodyguards walk around the town of Corleone. I know it's a little bit more than that.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Where do we begin?
Well, for one thing, there's a deleted scene here.
What?
It's true.
Yeah, I think what you mean to say is they really should have just deleted this whole scene.
Whoa!
Oh, take that, Francis Ford.
Do you think that would have? Imagine if this whole Sicily scene was cut, and
this
Mikey,
particular minute. Or
the whole Mikey disappeared after shooting. After shooting, how many minutes has it been since he shot the Turk?
I kind of left that all in the past. I forgot those numbers.
Oh, you don't do past? You don't do count ups?
No, I don't do count since. Count since. It's been 80 minutes since Paulie got shot and they took the cannoli. Count since.
So, but imagine though, because you could easily cut, 20 minutes? 15 minutes?
I think it was just under 20 minutes, all the Sicily stuff. Yeah, so, we overestimated it.
Right. It feels a lot longer.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. But imagine, so that would have been, it would have been different though, not having the Sicily, the Sicily scene.
I mean, it's impossible to assess this movie with changing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems right. It seems like a good break. And it's important.
It's the right move.
Yeah, it is important too, as we talked about last week, for at least Puzo writes in the book that Michael needs to experience this to truly understand his father.
Yeah.
His father.
For his father. That's why he's doing it. So the deleted scene. There's actually a bunch of deleted scenes from Sicily.
Okay.
Let's see what some of them were. One of them was they encounter these two scenes. They encounter some communists walking by with marching with a red flag.
Oh,
and
well,
also,
in the scene, in the minute that remained, we see a communist flag,
right,
or a poster on the wall
kind of
in the town.
Background there. There's also a scene where Mikey finds Vito Andolini's old home, and it's all abandoned.
Oh wow!
So
the guy's still walking around. Vito Andolini.
He's all
anyone?
The big beard.
If anyone sees Vito Andolini, bring him to me. I've learned English since I've been wandering around 40 years ago.
The only thing he knows how to say in English is where, if anyone knows where Vito Andolini. He knows it in like 20 different languages, like Japanese.
Yeah. And people have been telling him the answer in English and all these other languages. Oh, he's in New York. He's been living there for years. He's like, I don't understand.
He's like one of those Japanese soldiers who thinks the war is still going on. Do you think if I'm assuming once they killed Don Cheech at the end of GF2 or towards the latter part of GF2. I'm assuming then do you think the vendetta was lifted? Could Marlon Brando go to Sicily anytime he wants, or is he still a marked man?
I imagine that the sons of Don Ciccio would now be obligated to kill Don. Well, that's why the town of Corleone is desolate. All the men have left.
Yeah,
they've all been. Remember, he even said Carlos says they've all been killed through vendettas. Yeah. And I just read an article a few weeks ago. I don't know if we talked about this already. There's a town. This is true. There's a town in Sicily now that is selling houses for €1.
Oh, because they're so desperate for
people
to move there?
They're so desperate. Everyone. I mean, not because of vendettas. Well, who knows? Maybe. But the article at least wrote that. Because the men have left the town to find work and they're pretty much gone. And so all the houses have fallen into disrepair. So they're inviting foreigners to come and retire here. €1.
Should we do it?
We should totally do it. And and then we could finally start releasing more than one a week. On location in Corleone. How cool would that be?
But do you think if we started doing it in Italian, would our audience, we would have to find a totally new audience?
Oh, that's true, yeah. Oh, and then Don Tomasino would come along and he'd want a little pinch of it. He'd want
everyone want their taste.
We'd have to promote, to do local mafioso ads. Like, oh, by the way, you should go check out Genco Corleone's. It's like the Genco olive oil, the Sicilian location of the Genco olive oil company.
Or it would be like it would be like an American, like we were selling Coca-Cola or something that we would import from America and sell to hey, Coca-Cola, FBI, CIA.
So anyway, €1 will buy you a house. There is a catch. You have, I think, within 2 years, you have to fix it up and develop it.
Okay.
And they said it cost maybe, I don't know, $110,000 or something to fix up a house there.
That's not. I mean, considering you're getting a free house,
let's do it. A lot of money in them.
If we could find 15 other people to do it.
Like close friends of ours,
people
friends of ours,
associates.
With.
Yeah, then we basically start a little colony there. We all each buy a house for $1 or €1 or whatever, and then we'd have like our own little thing there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If they call it Little America.
Yeah,
that's the part of town where all the Americans live in.
That's where all the McDonald's is. Like you were saying, with all the American stuff. We sell all the cheap items that we shipped in from America, but that was produced in China.
Yeah, exactly. It's a triangle trade.
Yeah, triangular trade. Got it. So what else you got?
Well, so those scenes both included in the Godfather trilogy, the full one. Redone. But then there's another scene here, which I was thinking maybe if we read to it with each other, but it'd be hard because we're. Do you want to read this one scene together with us playing different roles?
Oh, we could try that.
Or should I just get up and should I just read the whole thing myself?
Is it the deleted scene?
Yeah, it's like a script.
Why don't you read it and do it in 2 different voices?
Well, it's 3 different voices.
Oh, do 3 even better. Do 3.
Mikey and his 2 bodyguards.
Oh, you can do it.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Roll. I'll be Waltz. Okay. Roll. Now, Alex, the film is rolling. I just want to remind you that you're going to be a big star. You've got reading lessons, makeup lessons, dancing lessons. You've got it all, kid.
makeup lessons.
I wanted to mix it up.
Hairstyling lessons.
And don't forget, I've been with the best all over the world.
So in this scene, they're speaking in Italian, but
Okay.
I'm going to read it in English because.
Okay.
And so they
You sound like Salazzo at the meeting.
Oh, remember McCluskey?
Oh, and not only that, but it's still flipped like us in Sicily. You say it's written in Italian, but I'm going to speak in English.
Whatever. So the trio stops for some. They stop for some lunch, and Fabrizio says, "Tell us something about New York." And Michael says, "How do you know I'm from New York?" Mm-hmm. And Fabrizio says, "We heard somebody told us you were real important, a bigger shot." Oh. And Michael says, "I'm the son of a big shot." And Fabrizio says, "Is America as rich as they say?" And then Callo says, "Stop bothering me with this rich America stuff." And Fabrizio says, "Hey, take me to America if you need a good lupara." And
That's the gun.
Oh, I was going to say, and then
remember?
he says, he pats his shotgun as he says it. "If you need a good lupara in America, take me. I'm the best man you got."
Ah.
And then he says, "Oh, say, can you see by the stars' early light?"
There's our Star Spangled Banner knockoff.
It is. And then, and then there's the next scene where they bump into the army guys and stuff like that. So you get the impression that Fabrizio, which I guess doesn't really play too big of a part, but you eventually, in the deleted scenes, you learn he does make it to America.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting that he keeps bringing up America, and in the scene this actual minute that Francis Ford Coppola kept, the GIs go driving by, and Fabrizio calls them, "Hey, take me to America! I love America!" And I think we have a little foreshadowing here, Alex.
How so?
Well, Fabrizio so desperately wants to get to America that he betrays Michael and plants I don't want no spoilers. Yeah. Do you want any spoilers, Alex?
No.
Okay. Anyway, he does an act which kills someone later. I guess that's still a spoiler.
That's on Monday he does that.
That's right. And so, and then in another deleted scene much later, we see the death of Fabrizio in New York.
Right.
He's living in upstate New York.
Like Buffalo or something.
Yeah, and he gets bombed.
Yeah.
So this may be some foreshadowing. I'm so desperate to get to America.
He'll even sign up with the army guys. Mm-hmm. So the only other thing I wanted to mention about the deleted scene is that he says the phrase "big shot," which is of course the phrase that the Don uses when he's talking about these big shots.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So there
must
you
have
go.
been popular at the time.
Mm-hmm. So what else you got? Is there anything in the book that's different than the movie?
I got tons of stuff from the book. So Puzo's got a lot of stuff in the book, and
got a lot to say.
So there's a bunch of odds and ends. So it's sort of like a potluck, a cleanup, right? A clean it up section. Page 327, Puzo writes, so this is during Michael's extended stay in Sicily. "Michael often thought of Kay, of her smile, her body, and always felt a twinge of conscience at leaving her so brutally without a word of farewell. Oddly enough, his conscience was never troubled by the two men he had murdered. Sollozzo had tried to kill his father. Captain McCluskey had disfigured him for life." So no remorse there.
I don't really get the impression that he was disfigured for life.
Not in the movie, but in the book, I think it's more that not only the pain but the physical disfigurement are more acute.
I wish they had done that in the movie.
Yeah,
like have a scar on his face or some way of indicating that there's like a permanent mark on him for what?
Yeah,
for like a
Why?
Because I think it would just add a certain physical way of differentiating pre-crime Michael from post-crime Michael. Just as a
like the physical symbol that he has changed, kind of like Darth Vader.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't do it.
Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe they're like, well, we don't want to have our pretty boy actor covered up under a bunch of prosthetics. They should have made him really Elephant Man level before.
McCluskey threw boiling water on his face. but Captain, he's the one here. Damn it, Phil, heat up the water and stand him up.
Tip him in.
They throw acid on him, and then they put a fur coat on him. Look, Phil, he was wearing fur. That's why we had to throw acid all over him.
Oh, he's a really strong anti-fur activist. So
okay,
he'll eat veal, but he won't wear fur.
Page 327, Puzo writes, so this has to do with Michael's injury.
327.
Remember Dr. Taza? Mm-hmm. Dr. Taza explained that there was a facial nerve below the eye from which radiated a whole complex of nerves. Indeed, this was the favorite spot for mafia torturers who searched it out on the cheeks of their victims with the needle-fine point of an ice pick. That particular nerve in Michael's face had been injured, or perhaps there was a splinter of bone lanced into it.
Okay.
Absolutely sound terrible.
It does. I just don't. It seems a little precise for mafia guys to be like, okay, let's stick the ice pick right in that nerve. It seems like if you're sticking an ice pick anywhere in someone's face, you're probably does it really need to be the most painful nerve?
I think this is hundreds of years of
expertise,
serious crime and torture evolution. Right. I think they sort of perfected it over time.
Wow, you got to hand it to them.
Yeah, and after all, they do have. They can consult with Dr. Daza.
Oh, that's right. This is the guy who isn't really a doctor, but reads a lot of medical books.
Exactly. Yeah. So interesting.
He's an honorary doctor.
He is. Page 327, Puzo writes, it was nearly 7 months of leisurely rustic living before Michael felt real boredom.
Wow, 7 months.
Yeah. And in this part of the book, this is still before, this is basically the minute 100. So I think he's already been there that long.
He's been there for 7 months by the time he encounters Apollonia.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, 7 months.
Yeah. It's hard to tell in the movie how long he's been there when the Sicily scene begins. Also,
it's 7 months, and so he's there for even longer. How long is he there? Like a year?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't recall exactly, but that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lived in a foreign country.
I did.
When you studied abroad in Costa Rica.
That's right.
What was it like not being in America for that long?
It was an experience unlike any other.
Did you find you had a shooting pain in your cheek?
I did. I did. I went to the local Dr. Taza, and he was telling me all about how the Costa Ricans know exactly where those nerves are. Mm-hmm. It was great. It's really hard to explain. It's just so different. Mm-hmm. It's just different enough that you're somewhere else. The culture is different. Everything looks different, smells different, language is different. Yeah, I encourage, and I work in education. I encourage students, once they're done with high school, go travel if they can, or at some point in their life.
Get the hell out of here.
Try to get the hell out of here. Try to go all over the world. Passport lessons, visa lessons. So interesting.
Yeah.
Page 328, Puzo writes, one morning, Michael decided to take a long hike to the mountains beyond Corleone. He was naturally accompanied by the 2 shepherd bodyguards. This was not really a protection against enemies of the Corleone family. It was simply too dangerous for anyone not a native to go wandering about by himself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I'd always interpreted that he had bodyguards because he was Michael Corleone and he was a hunted man.
Right.
Right.
He's the hunted one.
Yeah. Did you get that impression, or did you think it was just dangerous for anyone to be wandering around?
I mean, I guess I probably thought it was more for his protection.
Yeah.
From New York based stuff, but yeah,
because of who he was.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially if there's already, if it's so lawless and people are already getting killed, then
Yeah. Tough times in Sicily. Page 329, Puzo writes, Fabrizio, this is funny. He's the more talkative of the bodyguards.
Yeah, he loves America.
Yeah. Fabrizio, back in his native village, was not too proud of a tattoo he had on his chest. He had gotten a tattoo, though it showed a subject dear to the Sicilian honor. His tattoo was a husband stabbing a naked man and woman entwined together on the hairy floor of his belly.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. So what was the setup for that again?
Fabrizio had this tattoo that he had gotten, and apparently, at least at this time, not a lot of people got tattoos.
Yeah.
But he had gotten it, but he was a little embarrassed about it back at his native village. Sorry, a little bit more background. He had traveled quite a bit. I think he had been a sailor. And so he spent a lot of time out at sea. And I think as a sailor, he had gotten this tattoo. But back in the village, it was sort of frowned upon.
Okay.
That was the little bit of setup there.
So it wasn't the subject matter of the tattoo. It was just that he got a tattoo.
Correct, yeah.
Because this was back in the 30s before everyone had tattoos. Nowadays, that would be nothing.
I know. And when Puzo was writing that the subject matter would be okay in his village because it had to do with revenge.
That's the only way he's able to get away with it.
It sounds like a very detailed tattoo. It must be terrible back in the 30s. Whenever he got it.
Yeah.
The 30s, I guess.
It's probably all just like stick figures.
Yeah. You can't tell who's who.
You have no tattoos that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of.
Do you have any though? You do not.
No.
Okay.
Not that you're aware of. No, I do not. I've never been tempted to ink up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
No. None.
If you had to get one, what would you want and where would you want it?
If I had to get one?
Had to.
I'd say maybe my arm or my calf.
What would you get?
An anchor. No, I don't know. I could never think of anything that I was like that.
Yeah.
Like devoted, that I was like that. I think because, we're old guys, I think nowadays people are more inclined to get them. So like if I had experiences now, if I was like 22 years old now, I think I'd be more inclined to get one just because it seems like people are more, like, hey, we go on a road trip together. Let's all get the same tattoo to commemorate it. Like that kind of a thing. You know what I mean? So,
neat. It's, I wonder if I were younger now, what would I get? Right. The only thing I could think of is, in cartooning, when you're drawing someone with muscles and you draw those lines on their biceps to indicate sort of a cut. I would do those on like life-size little cuts on my arms to make it appear that I'm all pumped up.
Also like airbrushing kind of. You would have like
indicate even better. I was thinking just kind of black lines, all old school simple, but I like the airbrushing. Really.
Yeah. Can you do that? I don't know if you can do that or not.
Probably. I see colored tattoos around.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What do you think?
We should get matching.
Let's get drunk and go get it done.
I think we should get matching Godfather. We should both get Godfather tattoos.
Oh, excellent! So when we put our arms together, it connects to.
Yeah, what would it be though?
It could be like GFM, and we both like I have G and half the F, and then you have the second half of the F and the M.
Oh, or it could just be like a fold in it. Mine would say God Fat Min. And yours would say, oh wait, but God, it would just say God Min.
God Min.
Because yours would say, Father Oot.
Yeah, exactly. And people would come up to you and say, hey, what does this mean? You'd have to get your phone out, call me, Andy, can you come on out? Can you come meet me in Seattle? I'm here. You got to come. Someone asked about the tattoo. And I'd have to travel 3 hours.
It's a commitment.
Yeah. I'm going bigger.
Going bigger?
I'm going bigger than that. More complex.
This is like bonus content we're talking about.
Hey, let's give it's 100, minuto 100.
Minute 100.
We're holding that. Oh, by the way, I have the greatest bonus content. I've been working on it all week for this episode, for the 100th episode.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, before, and I'll give everyone a little sense of it before the end of this episode. But going bigger with our tattoo. Remember a few episodes we talked about getting you were going to draw Godfather artwork for me a la the back of a Mad magazine, like you fold the page.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I think we should do that with tattoos.
A fold-in tattoo?
Or, like we sort of pivot our bodies and it changes the text. And it's got to end with Zaza.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like zanier things have happened at the wedding.
All right.
Would you like more pasta?
I totally want to do a Joey Zaza fold-in. Okay. I will totally do that. When it combines into the face of Joey Zaza. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we could, actually, you don't have to do the whole fold thing. We could just have two separate drawings of our tattoo drawings. And then when we put them together, each of us has half of it hidden, so it's now the face of Joey Zaza.
Oh, I
Right?
see.
We just stand, we kind of connect.
I think on your back, you should get a tattoo of Vincent on the back of a horse shooting, and then on the back of my back will be a picture of Joey Zaza getting shot. So then when we stand next to each other,
oh my god,
it'll be like a little scene from the movie.
If you were a Godfather fan and you saw that would be the greatest thing ever.
That would be the greatest. If you have how about this? If you have any Godfather related tattoo, send us a picture of it. Maybe we'll have you on the show to talk about it.
Oh, perfect.
The better, the bigger and more complicated, the better.
Yeah, and even better if this episode is inspiring you to do it.
Yes. If anyone is inspired by us to get a Godfather Minute tattoo, we will definitely have you on.
Yeah.
So think about it.
And if you
give us a call.
And if you're with a partner and you have two people and you do the tattoo, the double, the Vincent shooting Joey Zaza, then you have two permanent seats on our podcast show.
Anytime you're in town.
Anytime.
Wow. All right.
Come on down, right? So a couple more things from the book, Alex.
Sure. Sock it to me.
Let's see.
Now you're saying the book is slightly different than the movie.
It's slightly different from the movie.
The book is different than the movie. The book is different than the movie. The book is different. The book is different. The book is different than the movie. Yeah.
Page 329, Puzo writes, still, they did not know okay, so this is Carlo and Fabrizio. Still, they did not know exactly who he was, he being Michael. Mm-hmm. Except that he was in hiding and there could be no babbling about him.
Do you think did he tell everyone my name is Michael Corleone? Or did he go under like a fake name?
I don't know if they ever... Oh, they do. Don Tomasino uses his name. Remember when he drives up? He says, Miguel. He says Michael.
Oh, but he doesn't say Michael Corleone.
I didn't hear him say Corleone.
Yeah. Although I guess yeah.
No, they definitely don't know who he is. Yeah, so they must have hidden his last name.
Well, but I'm saying even if his name was Michael Corleone, even if they told Fabrizio my name was Michael Corleone, they wouldn't necessarily connect that. They don't know anything about what's going on in American crime things.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're getting word. I'm sure word's traveling.
Rumor, the water cooler.
Yeah, definitely. This is the Palermo to New York.
So I wonder what fake name he used.
Yeah. Carlo Rizzi. You really want to throw it off.
Michael Corleone. Totally.
Michelle Corleone. He wears a wig around. I want to go to Corleone. Take me to my hometown.
Monday, Tuesday.
No. I got one more from the book. You ready?
Sock it to me.
Page 330, Puzo writes, after drinking and eating, they lolled in the shade and Fabrizio unbuttoned his shirt.
Lolled. He laughed out loud.
Yeah. Fabrizio unbuttoned his shirt and contracted his stomach muscles to make the tattoo come alive.
Whoa.
The naked couple on his chest writhed in a lover's agony, and the dagger thrust by the husband quivered in their transfixed flesh. It amused them.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
It's like a primitive animated cartoon he has going on.
It's like a jiffy. A Giphy? GIF?
Yeah, like
What do you call it?
A GIF?
A GIF, yeah. He just keeps going back and forth. It was the original GIF.
That's his last name. He was Fabrizio Giffardi.
Oh, so it's named after him.
Yeah.
That's great.
The inventor of the gift.
So you have anything else for this episode?
That's all I have for minute 100. Not a lot of action going on, but
yeah, I already talked about the €1 houses. Take me to America. Oh, the only other thing I had, Alex, a question for you, because our fans do want to know more about who the real Alex Robinson is.
Is the real Alex Robinson?
Alex, when was the last time you just walked around a town without a particular destination? No destination, just wandering. It's kind of a dumb question, a simple question. I can't remember it. I don't think people do that anymore, do they?
I think probably, I don't remember specifically, but I'm going to guess it's probably like the last time I went on vacation somewhere. I was like in a different city and I was like, let's just walk around and see what we find.
Yeah,
like
probably.
that kind of a thing. I can't think of the example.
Yeah.
Because I went to Las Vegas, but I don't remember ever walking around and just being like, sure, let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know for sure, but probably some vacation time.
Yeah.
It is a rare thing, though.
Yeah, it's a rare thing. I was just wondering. It sort of inspired me. I told my wife after researching this minute, I told my wife, this weekend, let's go into town, get a coffee, and just walk around.
Yeah.
Truly, no destination. Just bop around.
It was probably easier to do when there was less things to do.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, I'm either just going to sit home and look at the radio, or I'm going to go out and look at the town and maybe find some lady to marry or something.
Yeah.
But
I can either walk around or I can stay at home and listen to this Dr. Taza going on and on about all the medical knowledge he doesn't know.
We get it. You have the crazy tattoo. Is there any other stories? Is it just that one story? Does it do anything else? Did you know that Art Garfunkel, by this time he probably has completed it, has walked across the United States?
No, I didn't know that.
One of his goals was to literally walk across the entire United States, and he was doing it like in sections. Like he would do,
cool.
Okay, I'm going to walk from New York to Philly, and then he would go on tour with Paul Simon or whatever. But then he would go back to Philly and go, okay, I'm going to go Philly, and then he would. So over years, his plan is to walk across the whole United States.
Do you know more about it? Did he walk on all side roads? I'm guessing.
Yeah,
like he's not on the interstate, right?
Yeah, so windy.
I'm out here looking for America. Laughing on the bus. People honking at him because they all recognize him, so they're honking at him. So no wonder it took him 40 years.
I wonder how long it would take to do it like straight through.
Oh, through walk?
Yeah, if you're like, I'm just going to start in Maine and go all the way to San Francisco.
Well, I think if you're...
I guess we can just figure what the mileage is.
I think
you walk 3 or 4 miles an hour.
Well, non-hiking, I think you can walk like 3 to 5 miles an hour. Yeah, I think walking and not hiking, it's like 3 to 4 miles an hour. So how long is it? New York to LA is 5,000 something?
Something like that. So
1,000, what is that, like 20,000 hours?
500 hours?
Yeah.
A while.
So the only other thing I was going to do for this minute was, I was originally going to do this is ridiculous because it's Minuto Cento. I was going to do the top 100 highlights of our podcast so
All right,
far.
Let's hear it.
Well, then I realized that I can't, that would take forever to do. And it's like kind of one thing per episode.
Yeah.
The top 100 highlights. Like, why not just, I guess it defeats the purpose of a highlights if you're picking something from every episode.
Well, also
maybe
you're
let's
saying,
just do the top 10. What are our top 10 favorite moments or jokes or things we've talked about?
So wait, you're saying that it has to be one per episode?
No, not necessarily.
So there might be some episodes that don't get mentioned, but then some episodes might have 4 or 5 great things.
But then I started thinking, what would be the top 10?
Okay.
But then I realized I sort of abandoned this idea unless you and I just want to riff now. Like, what are the maybe a better way to look at it is what are the top 10 scenes or lines or jokes we keep returning to?
Okay. Number 1, show cause.
Woo! Ow! Yeah. Wait, is that number 1 or number 10?
Number 1.
Okay. Number 2, I talked to Bonazzini.
Number 3, you might not even be in the car, Sonny.
Number 4,
number 5, send Frater to pick somebody up at the airport.
Number 6, you don't knock off a Star-Spangled Banner like that.
Wait, am I going in higher numbers or lower numbers?
I think we're going higher. We just did 1 through...
So I'm saying
5.
7?
Yeah, we did 1 through 6, so now you're saying 7.
Number 7?
Yeah.
Just to show you I'm not haunted. Number 7 is acting lessons, dancing lessons, singing lessons.
And I've counted down all over the world. So I got one for number 8. A lot of money in that white powder. A lot of money in them countdowns.
So number 9. Oh, wait a minute.
And number 10, here it is. Funny papers. It's kind of like, what do you call it? Like anticlimactic.
Funny faces. All right, that was our top 10 though.
I can't believe we agreed on number 10. Just kind of came out. All right, I'm glad we went with that.
McCluskey did not make the top 10.
Oh my gosh,
it's tough to see. Oh man, it's a lot of good.
God,
a lot of funny moments in that white powder.
It's kind of fun to not really.
No Bonacera, no. There's so many good other things we didn't even talk about.
We didn't even do. We said Godfather said funny people.
We didn't do anything about Paulie. We didn't do Mrs. Clemenza. We didn't do. Oh my gosh, so much.
But
stuff.
you know what's kind of funny?
Let's keep going.
I think it's almost better to not research it because the first 10 that come are probably are the ones that like come to mind first. Mm-hmm. And we really don't talk about Bonacera that much anymore.
Right.
Every now and then he gets a call back. We get a call back, right?
Yeah. Sanka, that comes up every now and then. Yeah. Anyway, there's so many great moments to look forward to.
Maybe we'll do that toward the end of GF1, or maybe we'll do at the very end of GF1, we'll do not a greatest hits compilation, but it'll be the podcast and review.
Yeah.
And we'll
during the credits. You got to include a lot of stuff during credits.
Yeah. So what do you rate it, Alex?
Oh, right. We got to rate it.
Got to rate 100. Minuto 100.
All right. I got my rating.
It's kind of funny how it's minute 100 and it's one of the slowest minutes.
That's true. Yeah.
Let me review. It's even hard to remember what happened. I just walk around.
Johnny.
They don't even see Apollonia yet. They're just walking around.
No, they do see her. They see her at the very end.
Not of this episode.
Yeah, I said they encounter an enchanting local girl.
Oh, that's right. They do.
Yeah. They don't talk to her.
That's right. It's the very end of the minute.
Yeah, at the very end. So. I got my rating locked in.
Okay, I got it. You ready?
You locked in?
I'm locked in.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2. All right. Okay. We agree.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
One's got to be bad.
Do you think there are any one?
I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to be now. Yeah, credits. Yeah. I feel like it's unfair to even rate credits.
Yeah, we won't rate credits.
Okay.
I don't think there'll be any 1-star minutes.
No. So the only other thing I wanted to do this minute, Alex, is plug the bonus content.
All right. You have not told me what it is.
I haven't told anyone what it is.
No. It's omerta.
So I've been working on this all week in preparation for Minuto 100.
Uh-huh.
And I'm so proud. I originally started out as a small idea, but I just went with it because it was so much fun.
Whoa.
So in today's bonus content, you are going to hear original Godfather tongue twisters.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wrote a bunch of tongue twisters, and in the bonus content, I'm gonna say them to you. I'm gonna try to teach them to you.
Okay.
And they progressively get harder.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm marble mouth to begin with.
Yeah. So should I give a little teaser for our audience?
Give us a little taste. Give us a little tongue twister taste.
A little taste of tongue twisters, Tony? Okay, the first one, the easiest one, is Johnny Fontaine forgoes family for fame. Try it.
Fontaine forgoes. Even then I couldn't even do it. Johnny Fontaine forgoes family for fame.
You got it. That's it. I added Johnny in there. But yeah, you could say Fontaine forgoes family for fame.
You should say Funny Man Fontaine.
There you go. I knew you'd build on them. They're so awesome. They're so much fun to write.
I like it. So if you want to hear those, go to godfatherminute.com/support and prepare to have your tongue twisted. The Sicilian torture method.
Oh, yeah.
Twist your tongue exactly the right way.
We're going to twist your tongue until you tell us where Vito Andolini is. But in all seriousness, if you are not a supporter of our podcast yet, that's totally fine. But if you've been thinking about it, now is absolutely the time because we're going to have so much fun with these tongue twisters.
And plus, if you sign up now, you'll get the bonus content for all the past episodes as well. So
100 episodes.
Well, we didn't do like the first 6. So the first 6 don't have bonus content.
But we'll make it up to you.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Funny Man Fontaine forgoes family for fame.
All right, so we'll be doing that in a second. So until then,
za 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 za.